Alright, let's do this. Yay, 7 rows done. Still, I think a little bit above 30. I gotta count it. But it was definitely a lot of work. I'm not trying to think of how to put this. I'm still freaking angry. That hasn't changed, and I don't want to freaking, start having the same conversation every day. But yeah, it hasn't subsided. I mean, literally, like every day is like a whole new, fresh, how did we as a people allow this to happen? Have we really fallen this far? Type of thing. I think about the things that I could do. The struggling against it and everything like that. But the truth of the matter is that I think that, save the United States or let it crumble. Obviously 72 million people. And I'm going to stress this because 74 million people voted to destroy this country in 2020. And we did nothing to convince them otherwise. Not a thing. That's our failing. And they start talking about the thing that was really upsetting me was when they were talking about the finger pointing. Kamala Harris ran the greatest campaign, I think, in the history of running for president. I don't know if she ran the best campaign ever, because I don't, there's everybody runs different campaigns, but a clear, distinct message, and she basically presented it all on the line, did everything in her power to basically, show people that, you're struggling, you're hurting, and you definitely need somebody who's going to help you. And there's no finger pointing. Bernie Sanders is a fucking idiot. Blaming it on the fact that she could not capture the working class. That was her main campaign. I mean, John Oliver said it, very clearly. If this is what, all these things that you're looking for, you should have voted for her. America should have voted for her. She lost. So, your methods, your way of thinking, it could have been something different. No. America chose hate over self-preservation. That's it, plain and simple. As far as what to do, that's where I literally have been struggling. if the country doesn't want to be saved, I'm not going to force it to be saved. I am going to help those that want to be helped. And obviously this country does not have its own best interest in mind. I'm going to stand up to bullies everywhere and defend even the country from this craziness. But there's nothing really I can do to basically stop this oncoming train. They can claim victory all they want, but they're not winning. There's nothing to be gained by them having the upper hand. It's just sheer failure. They're such losers that they don't even realize that. Failures as human beings, failures as politicians, as leaders. It's just what it is. Alright, I'll be back. Gotta get there. Look at that. I can't believe I have to keep the window open, the window closed. I mean, because people would drive by with music, and that will get freaking flagged. I'll be spending like 20 minutes freaking removing the copyrighted material, and I don't know how much. Well, I do know that a few times that it the copyrighted material ended up taking out my voice as well. So the things we were talking about, no, it doesn't exist. So I'm kind of leaving you guys in silence. All right. It's such a ridiculous thing. So, yeah, what can I do is basically the biggest question that I keep asking myself. Where do we go from here? And I don't have any simple answer. This is now twice Trump has gone up against a woman and won. Hillary Clinton's campaign wasn't that great. Biden's was basically shit. And Kamala Harris is, like I said, the best I've ever seen. Even better than Clinton's. Not Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, who actually did have a decent campaign. Definitely was hers to lose, but it's a country voting on hate. Trump's campaign was just incoherent nonsense, ramblings. He could have said anything, and he did. Between Arnold Palmer's penis and doing blowjobs on the thing, telling women he's going to take care of them, even against their will, whether they like it or not. Paraphrasing Hitler. No, none of that shit matters. Somehow this failed businessman, con artist, is going to give you cheaper milk. economic growth in our history. In our history. They can't blame the libs. They can't blame the deep state. This fictitious thing that they made up to freaking scare people into hating. And I'm not saying I don't have hate. I hate bullies. I clearly say that all the time. I hate the bullying. Really dark times for me as a child. As a child, when I was always told to stand up to bullies, to do what I can. They just didn't like my methods. And I became a bully myself. I did not like who I was as a child. You watching this, or to say anybody who watches this, you're the one watching this, because you're hearing me speak. I hope that you find that what I have found. But just because I found inner peace and inner sanctuary and all this other fucking hocus pocus nonsense that I keep spouting all the time, doesn't mean I don't have hate. Doesn't mean I approve to be freaking steamrolled. And nobody should. That includes everybody. I'm never going to do I told you so to the 72 million voters. I'm never going to say that. I'm going to say I knew it. And I've said it over and over and over again what was going to happen. But we are in this together. No matter what happens, we're all in this together. All of us. And if we don't find love for ourselves, most importantly, we're never going to, well, I don't think we're going to recover from this, but we're never going to find that place where we can just be ourselves, be who we are, and enjoy it, and bring that diversity into the group. I was told I was a sheep one time, and I said, "You're right. I'm a sheep in wolf's clothing." But who I am is the sheep. I don't follow. I follow my own heart. And that's the way to do it. love was the answer. Love is the answer, and it will always be the answer. So if you have a question, the way to solve that, even math problems, even any situation that you have, if you solve it with love, I guarantee you that you will be able to solve the problem. And you can't let other people who don't love, who only have hate, have that power or control or domination over you. I don't allow it to happen over me. I won't ever allow it to happen over me. And it is the hill, that is the hill that I will die on. Because no matter what, even if I die, it will never change what I tried to do. I really never talked about like my anxiety about when I got pulled over and the police officer put a gun right to my head, and I thought I was going to die, and I didn't allow that police officer to know like how scared I was, because I just thought I was going to die. And I could have pulled the trigger. And I will never believe that I'm alive because of him. I will never believe that I was lucky, because I don't even give him that control. I have an unnatural unnatural. I don't have a fear response. I don't even know if it was fear that I felt. Because there was a part of me that I was accepting. And I didn't do everything in my power to stay alive. I was actually kind of defiant when the police officer did that. I'm never going to say it was fun, because it wasn't. But I really want you guys to know that that's exactly how I feel right now. Felt it as soon as I woke up and realized that he was the president-elect. And it really feels like there's nothing I can do to stop that. There's nothing I can do to prevent the government from pulling the trigger. I just hope this time they don't. people's lives are not upheaval. Republican or Democrat, does not matter. They've created a problem that doesn't exist. And I know that even though I don't have a platform, my thoughts, my way of thinking would put me as enemy of the state. And I'm not gonna change my mind. Kowtow to it, and whatever happens, happens. I will forever be the safe place for people to turn to. Forever be. Who they are. Mr. Rogers told children that in these times to always look for the helpers. Well, I want to be that helper. Careful about putting myself into harm's way so that I can be that helper. And save as many as I can. And as much as I'm going to do it, regardless, I can't do it by myself. I don't have the energy, I don't have the time. It's going to take an entire country in order to do that. Say, may you live in interesting times. This is not it. We have stagnated ourselves to the point of stopping. And I hate fucking calling what we are as a democratic republic fucking grand experiment. But if it is an experiment, the experiment was a failure in conception. Our founding fathers created this failure. And now we are in the process of realizing how badly this failure is going to be. finish the cues before those times happen. I should finish the Dakimakras. And next year, when I do the big push, I should have an incredible store that people can get the merchandise that I'm very proud of, and I hope that everybody who has it enjoys it and wears it with pride. Because that will be my legacy. And it's not a bad legacy to have. I'm very proud of you. I'm very proud of this. And I hope that I'm able to continue until I breathe my last breath. To keep on creating. And I want everybody to know that I could never have done it without you. It wouldn't have even been possible. And the 30 cues that I got left, they're gonna go in a heartbeat. I already have several hundred cues to do, and it's just a matter of picking who's going to make it. And somebody could come in right away and drop a reference sheet, and they'll bump whoever I picked out. And the sad thing about it is, most likely I did not pick randomly the people who deserve it. Thank you. Thank you for being you. As always, cool beans in the comments below. Or if you want to talk about this, even if it's doom and gloom on your mind, let's talk about it. It's the forefront of mine right now, and I don't think that's going to end even in January. I sometimes wake up hoping that it all has ended, and somehow, haha, it was a joke, and it all got overturned. But the only way to fix this country was to have a blue wave that they could not fight against. And not only did we not have a blue wave, we had a red wave, and it really showed how horrible and what a disaster we are as people. And I literally am at a loss of what to do. And if you have a suggestion of what I can be doing, I will definitely listen and Love to hear your advice on what you're doing. And I hope wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you're having a fantastic time doing this. I hope you're not paralyzed like me in just abject fear of what's going to come. All right? So take care.